When I was in France, they happened to have an election in my honor, obviously. They must have known that I was going there on vacation. And guess what? In my honor, the socialist won. Francois Hollande, I gotta stop. Anyway, he was, of course, the socialist candidate, and he came out victorious. This was gigantic news because really this is it might be a defining moment for which direction Europe goes in terms of whether they're going to do more austerity or they are going to be in favor of stimulus instead. Obviously, Sarkozy had gone in an austerity direction with Angela Merkel, the leader of Germany. Now, throughout Europe, we have many elections going in the opposite direction, saying, hey, you know what? Austerity doesn't seem to be working. And they're right about that. Now, oftentimes you'll see in the coverage, poo-pooing of election results, like, oh, the electorate in Greece, they're so irresponsible. They don't understand. They need to do austerity. And the same goes for perhaps France and even Germany now has taken an interesting direction. I'll tell you about it in a second. But in reality, the electorate might be absolutely right because austerity has not worked in Europe. Wherever they've tried it, it has hurt the economy. It has not helped the economy. And if you hurt the economy, well, then it's harder to collect tax revenues. It's harder to balance your budget. It's hard to get out of a financial mess. So it might mean that the electorate actually knows exactly what it's doing, and perhaps democracy does work. So now, along those lines, after the socialist victory in France, we have more news out of Greece and Germany in this case. In Greece, well, they're at a political stalemate. They also had an election, and it was split in many directions, as it usually is. But the most interesting part of the polling in Greece, which is leading to their deadlock, is the far-left group Syriza. If they had an election today, would come in first, which is shocking. They're coming out of nowhere here, and they're definitely against the austerity programs. Now, they claim that they could stay in the euro anyway, and the rest of Europe claims otherwise, saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, you know what? If you don't go along with the program here outlined, which is what got you the 130 billion euro bailout in the first place, and you don't keep paying those bills, well, then you're not going to be in the euro, and you're going to go back to the drachma. It's a little stunning that we're having a conversation about going back to the drachma, but there it is. And so, which direction is Greece going to go? Well, no one knows, and right now, it looks like they might get out of the euro because the government cannot agree. Syriza, which is now so powerful because of the polling, says they're not going to even participate in the new round of talks, which has led to a whole new panic in the markets as to whether Greece is going to leave the European Union and the euro altogether. Then meanwhile, they had elections in North Rhine-Westphalian federal state. And Mach schnell! Merkel's party has taken another loss. And they apparently had an embarrassingly heavy defeat. Center-left Social Democrats and the Greens have done much better. By the way, my favorite party in the world, the Pirate Party, got close to 8% of the vote. Yeah, they're kicking ass. I mean, that's a significant percentage of the vote in those elections going to the Pirate Party. By the way, what I love about the Pirates is, one, they're associated with Pittsburgh, which is a favorite city of mine. No, is that they're for open internet. So I totally agree with them on that. I love how much people care about that. Number two, on some of the other issues, they haven't even bothered to come up with a position yet. And they're getting a significant chunk of the vote when they're like, yeah, other issues like the debt situation in Europe, we'll get to later. But we know we're for an open internet. Pirates for the win, arg! But Merkel for the loss. But overall, in Germany, she's still very popular, or popular enough, certainly, so that it's not necessarily a referendum on her government, but this was the most populous state in Germany. So massive upheaval in France. The bottom line is that they're trending more towards stimulus spending, less towards austerity, and the markets are not reacting well to that. But you know what? If you're always panicked about the markets, then the markets, so-called markets, control your democracies, and you don't. And at this point, it's basically democracies throughout Europe standing up and saying, you know what? I think we're going to take back charge here. And some say it's not going to work out well, but I think that overall, they're right that austerity measures have not worked. and they certainly haven't gotten Greece in any better position. So it's time to start something new, and that's certainly what they've done in France. Looks like what they're heading towards in Greece. I'm not positive that that new direction is going to work out, but I know the old direction didn't work out. So let's try something new and see what happens. So, vive la France, vive la Hollande, vive la Greece. You heard that on the Young Turks.